Hey YouTube, it is King back in the arena, and here we have Mono Blue and Explorer. So this is a deck that I think a lot of people are starting to realize is a real deck in the Explorer format with the rise of decks like green and red-black mid-range, as well as a lot of control decks, slower decks. As long as you're not versing mono red, I think this deck list is extremely good. That's the deck list, and I will see you in match number 1. Okay, with these kind of hands where you have a creature on 1 and Cure Obsession on 2, it's hard to mulligan. Now, what is important is this is not a good creature for Curious Obsession, it's rather a good creature to play it. So you might not play Obsession on 2, especially with your opponent going first. That being said, we have a good protection creature, so maybe something like, well, that does change things. I think you slam Spirit on 1, and then this costs 1 less. So yeah, here I think you go Obsession. Yeah. So this way we have Snare up. So you go. Looking versus some sort of slower deck. And that's how fast it can be when you're versing control deck. That is for sure. I think this is fine for versing a creature deck, which it looks like we are. This having 3 toughness is pretty big game here. Can't block this first strike, sadly. So I think here we just start slamming our phantoms. Question is, if they attack, are we blocking to play around Spectacle, or are we not blocking to play around Bone Crusher Giant? With them playing that, I think we play Shacklegeist, because this lets us tap the Annex. It is perfectly fine. So tap this guy. Gonna be taking some damage here, but it's all good. So I think here we just play another Phantom. You will be able to attack with 2 creatures, and you could Embercleave us. But we don't really have a recourse with that with this hand, so didn't draw any additional lands. So I think we just say go and tap the Annex again. We might even attack with the 4/4. Can't block anyway. Yeah, that's fine. So if they don't have any of their finisher cards, then we're okay here. If they do, we probably can't win, sadly. Maybe this was a mulligan, but Had a good start. We just needed one more land to really snowball. Although next turn we can tap 2 things a turn. That is notable. Because they're the more creature heavy version, that could be pretty good. Sadly, I don't think we can allow them to go to combat. Fine. Not gonna be blocking anyway. Well, we are definitely taking some damage. Lofty Denial. So, didn't draw lands. Tap 2 things. Can't block and tap. We only can tap. Yeah, it's gonna be a good game. Mono red is a bad matchup, but we also just kind of stumbled and never drew another land. We needed a few turns to double spell, and I think we would easily catch up there. Okay, we have a Curious Obsession. That's definitely one of the better cards we can have. We are on the draw. We have Rattle Chains to protect the Shacklegeist. I think this is a keep. Although we don't really interact with our opponent well, except for tapping. No lords. Actually, I think this is a mulligan. It's close, but I think it's a mulligan. Much better. Yeah, this is much, much better. Spirit on 1/2, borrower snare, so I'm trying to land. Borrower probably the worst draw on the deck. Land would have been better. Like we might be versing a control deck of sorts. Yep. Which is a really good matchup if we can get our counter magic going. But we've kind of drawn bad, like we need our lords, we need our counter spells, we need our Curious Obsessions, and we just have 2 borrowers in our hand. Good for us. Well, there's a Curious Obsession. I think we high roll here and try to draw a land. We're not very good at drawing lands, are we? We're going to end here because they're probably going to Emperor. No? Okay. It's rough. Yeah, I think we fancy him here. Turns on our snares.
Focused and disciplined, and have the thoughtfulness before action.
Borrower that. Oof. Gotta remember not crack this on our turn. Yeah, I think here we just say go. Borrower end step. Fine with this.
Meditate and prepare.
Cool with that. Definitely acceptable. So we can Stormcaller, Borrower the Search. But then we don't have Lofty Denial up. Yeah, I think we just pass here. If they do nothing, we can crack this. Or bounce the Search. Huh. I think we're definitely letting this resolve. I don't think it does anything. And it's 7 cards away. I don't care about them gaining life. And we're just going to bounce the Search. Probably going to draw a card, actually. Okay, so pack Narset.
This was overwhelming.
Bounce, search, play Stormcaller. Okay. So now we can Curious Possession one of these. Bash. Good one. So I just realized I made the mistake where if they flip search, yeah, they only have to cast this. I thought that had to resolve. I should have read it. So basically, they're going to scry 2 to the bottom, scry to the bottom. They're going to win like the following turn with no way to do 25 damage. Yeah, it doesn't even matter if we counter this. That's kind of ridiculous, honestly. Well, we're going to try. It's going to be difficult. We're definitely going to need to draw, like... Even Lord doesn't do it because Brazen Borrower and Siren Storm Chaser are not Lords. Kind of sad because I think this is a good matchup, but it's fine. You should ban literally anything here because he wins next turn. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, he's short winning this turn, but just wins next turn unless I can mill him or something. That doesn't do anything. It's kind of sad that Approach of the Second Sun doesn't care if it was countered. Need to draw all Thoughtseize. Oh, sweet. Rattle Chains. Yeah, this is the only damage I'll be doing. That's not a very fun card. I guess, okay, hear me out. If I countered it, it would have went to the graveyard. So that's really on me. It's 100% on me. Should have read the card, realized it was cast trigger, and just counter it. I didn't care about him getting the 7 life, and I thought I could kill him in time for him playing it, but obviously not. Definitely interested to see what they got going on here. I think we go for it though. Worst case scenario, this replaces itself. Like best case scenario, it takes over the game. So they should be trying to go 3-drop here. Let's see if they do. Well, it's no bueno. Destroys our Curious Obsession. Luckily we have a borrower for what's currently happening. Yeah, I think we counter this. Company, huh? So I can level up, level up. Then he has no blockers on the ground. I was about to say, is he trying to kill me like this turn? That would have been crazy. Can I kill him? Play, attack? Does this have reach? Does have reach. So I can play this. Play this. It's hexproof, doesn't really matter. And then tap these 2 spirits to tap Grazer, attack. You would have to kill me in 1 attack, which is possible. Unlikely, but possible. Or I can say go and just like tap his team and try to kill him in the backswing. Seems better. Which means I shouldn't have done the rattle chains because of Hexproof. I do have a Storm Chaser though. So we're just gonna attempt to tap 2 things here. It's perfectly fine. I guess I can respond by tapping it. Kind of a cool deck. Okay, opponent goes first. I'm trying to think if we've been on the play even one time, but it's fine. Gonna keep this. Roll red black. Sure. So I could bounce this, but it doesn't actually do much. I don't really want him to be able to ramp, but I need to counter whatever he's going to play. So I think we attack. Bounce this. And throw another Storm Chaser out there. Hope he doesn't have main deck Anchor of the Gods. No discards. Kind of scary. Okay, so we're probably just going to draw a card, but we'll see. Roxa. So we could counter this. We counter it, it's very similar to discarding. Or I could just draw a card. Kind of like drawing a card here. Then discarding. Let's go with Shackle Based. Okay, double spell's pretty good, I guess. Chandra. Sure.
Hey, over here.
Okay, minus on that. We're going to bounce you.
It's playtime.
Kill Chandra.
Whatever. Figure it out on your own.
Just gonna escape Croc, so we're gonna play Borrower. Not draw in response. I don't care about the 3 damage. We're on the plan of trying to get them dead. Yeah, this is an exile zone, so this attack's fine. Good game, opponent. Let's go. Okay, so overall, I think the deck performed basically how I thought it was going to in the best of one format, where against mono red it struggled, and we also lost one match against a control deck. But other than that, did really good. And I think the control matchup is actually extremely favored for us. So the main thing is trying to avoid mono red. As you can see against the Rakdos deck, even though they Thoughtseize us, killed all of our stuff, I believe that our engine is actually just very solid against Rakdos. So I feel like there's going to be a lot of that in your metagame. This is definitely a good call, a good metagame call. We'll see. I'm going to make a best of 3 version soon. I'll let you know. If you would like to see that or other similar content, please consider subscribing to the channel, as I do have other Explorer content here on the channel, as well as I will be putting more out there as well. You have a good rest of your day, and as always, I will see you in the next video.